If you got 3 grand a month out there, you're living like a god. So many of you have the potential to do this. We're getting thumbnail baited. How can you hate on this guy? Goodbye, America. Okay, let's see what we got from, apparently it's a small channel. I haven't seen any of these videos, guys. We're just pulling them straight off of Discord, so thank you for recommending them. Jasper in the Philippines, don't know who you are, but we'll cover you. And he says, goodbye, America. If this video ends up sucking, you're banned from recommending stuff.
So, goodbye, America. Hello, Philippines. I have been here in the Philippines for over 5 months now.
Hey,
and once I found this paradise right here, this white beach, Station 1, best beach in the world, rated by Condé Nast Traveler, top island in Asia, top beach in Asia. I've been all over, been to every nice beach in the United States and many, many beaches all over the place. And this is the top of the top. And this, coming here 6 weeks ago and experiencing this clean air and friendly people, friendly pricing, friendly everything, I have realized that it is goodbye America, hello Philippines. I will always visit my father and my sister, which is really all I have left in that country. But this paradise is my home now. There is no way that I would ever go back to the terrible things that I mentioned prior of what my home country has evolved into. I'm a proud American and I will exercise my passport and I will always visit, but I would never reside in that toxic environment that the United States has become, with all the division from politics, all the masculine women, all of the inflation and ridiculous pricing. You get so little for so much money.
Brother is woke. Here we go.
And you get so much for so little. And to be able to live in a paradise like this, the top island in the Philippines, the top island in Asia, and the top beach in the world, Station 1, Boracay Island, it's my deciding factor. BGC, I liked it, but I wasn't completely sold. Now I am completely sold. I don't care if this is a tourist town. It has the perfect mix of everything. It's not just some, white beach with absolutely no one on it and, not all the best food options and stuff and not beautiful, gorgeous women flying in every single day. It's that white island like a Siargao or like a different one, but yet you have all of that amazing food options because of the foreign presence. You have all the gorgeous white girls and all the gorgeous Filipinas, Koreans, Chinese. This is just the absolute perfect mix for a guy like myself that still has that social, extroverted personality and isn't ready to just be kind of chilling in Mactan, Newtown, seeing the same 8 people every day. You've got to really, figure out what works for you. How old are you? How introverted or extroverted are you? Are you going to let a woman guide your choices, or are you going to come out and take Philippines by the horns and really make your own path and let a woman step into your frame in your world and move to your location regardless of the situation? But to each their own, and I have a lot of subscribers that are happily married or dating a Filipino woman, and they've gone to their province or their area, and that totally makes sense because Filipinos are very family oriented and stuff. But for me, this was my path. And if I stay single for the next 5 years or I end up married with children, that's the beauty about life, especially when you really just take it by the horns and just decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to make a daring move here. And I don't care if I don't know anyone. I don't care if I don't have a wife. I don't care if I don't have income. I'm smart with my money. I know how to make it go very far. And I'm just going to do this, and I'm just going to let the chips fall where they may. That's the beauty of life. There's none of that when you're just working, eat, sleep, repeat in your same condo in the town you grew up in, and you know for sure that there is no mystery or no beauty of life. It's really a boring, depressing situation. And this is anything but boring and depressing. Look at this beauty. This is the absolute best island in the world. And regardless of where you go, whether you go to Philippines, Thailand, Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, anywhere where your money will go further and where you can be happy with clean air and nice, beaches. I don't care if you go to Manila, just get out of your comfort zone and get to somewhere where your money makes.
Dude, he's got such a wholesome message. Preach. How can you hate on this guy? He's just telling you exactly what we've been saying on here. You're an everyday man. Listen to him. He's making it happen. Get out of your comfort zone. It's insanity to do the same thing every day and expect a different outcome, boys. Come on.
Sense is really my goal for guys out there that are stuck in the, you know, retire at 66 and this and that. And that's not a knock on any of my people. A lot of my people that are going to retire at 65 or 62 will have.
It is a knock, bro. We got sold this dream that you work your ass off. So you go to school or college, graduate, get a job at some company. You're supposed to be a company man until you retire. 65, you got a kid or two along the way. White picket fence, American dream. That storyline is dead in the modern world today. That's horseshit. It's been dead. It's been dead since like the 50s, 60s. It's not what our generations are dealing with. Nobody here is trying to retire at 65 to finally enjoy life. Nobody here is trying to survive paycheck to paycheck. We want to live in abundance. We want to live free. We want to thrive. Most Americans don't even have $400 saved up for an emergency. People here aren't living. They're surviving. This man took whatever he was making, don't know what he's earning, but his money's going over 5x here. He's doing great. He's on a beach. He's happy. It's sunny. He wakes up, he walks on the beach. This dude's walking. He probably lives close by. He's literally walking on the beach telling you his experiences. Meanwhile, what are you walking through? If you're in a blue city, a hellhole, crumbling infrastructure, homeless people everywhere, what are you walking to? You're seeing human feces on the ground, on the sidewalk, while you enjoy your little coffee at your favorite coffee spot. Come on, man. Think about it. Look at this. Look at this. He's probably eating out 3 times a day. He's probably talking to locals that are so happy, so excited about life, so humble, so grounded. Nobody running off with shit, stealing shit, shooting each other like maniacs, beating each other up. None of that crazy shit that we see on TV here. Yeah, dodging turds and used syringes on the street. Think he's doing that? Dude swims every day if he wanted to. Coffee here, yeah, you're right. It's like $10. God, what? I saw something about fast food, a Big Mac and shit with like an actual meal is like near $10 too. Think about that. Even fast food places here are $10 now. This dude's eating a home cook level meal with fresh ingredients sourced locally, probably for like $2, $3.
10 times the money that I do. They won't have to worry about the fact that they can't afford to support a girlfriend and stuff, and they can come out here and just enjoy this paradise. But at the end of the day, for me, this was my path to do this at a young age when I had the energy to ride my bike or walk 10, 20 miles a day and just be that extroverted, you know, person. Regardless, I don't need to drink or anything to just mix it up and meet different people every day and just, you know, meet people in real life and not even have to go on the internet and just.
Right, dude, look at all the palm trees. Look at the people chilling out. Go on a little boat ride. As opposed to waking up at 5 a.m. with some shitty sleep you got in a shitty bed to go into some shitty traffic, to work at some shitty job that doesn't care about you and is stiffing you on pay or benefits, doesn't care about you, tries to kick you out or downsize the department whenever they can because you're a nothing and a nobody to them. And that's supposed to be more exciting? That gives you some gusto for life? That makes you wake up and want to grab life by the horns? Or is that sucking your soul day to day, the mediocrity?
Just really just walk these beaches and just soak up the sun and the beautiful women.
There it is.
Just the great food and just everything. I mean, Boracay truly has it all. I'm sure there's many other locations that do, like a Siargao or like a Palawan or like, you know, Phuket may be your thing. There's just beautiful, you know, go to Bali, go anywhere you want, but get out of your comfort zone and get out of the West. It's only getting worse. It's been completely strangleholded by social media and stuff. And, you know, at the end of the day, you only got one life to live. Take a little trial trip like I did. Do 30 days though. Don't do a week. It's not enough time to soak up the vibes and go to a couple different cities or beaches. Do 30 days and take a little trip. And I bet you.
Soon it'll be a Bug Mac at McDonald's. Got a cost cut, baby.
If you're a daring, extroverted type of person, or even if you just meet the right girl and you want to just leave that introverted life and just marry a woman or something, you're better off just getting out and giving it a shot. That's all you got to do. If you don't like it, cool. You took a vacation, it cost you $3,000. Just do it smart. Go on Airbnb, find a cheap flight, maybe fly into South Korea first or something for an hour. And at the end of the day, it's still doable at an affordable price. There's no more restrictions from the sniffles. I mean, now is the time. That taught us that, you know, nothing is promised and that we were benched for over 2 years. Now is the time to get out here and really see what it is and see if there's a better life for you, like I found for me. I know I sound like a motivational speaker, but, you know, I could have very easily kept.
You see, he sounds like a motivational speaker. That's passion, man. That's his passion for life. It's been ignited. He's like beaming with energy now. He can't believe this is his life, dude. He wakes up and walks on the beach. contemplates his day and shit. Chief Keef, thanks, brother. Eating out the Filipina 3 times a day.
Talking myself out of this and just stayed right in the situation that I was and earning the money.
There you go. So many of you have the potential to do this. He said $3,000 for a trip. A lot of you are like, man, I gotta save up $3,000. I don't know if I have the energy to do this. Should I go overseas? All right, dude, don't. Yeah, McBuggets. Enjoy your McBuggets in America then.
Money that I was, and just, kind of just stuck with the situation I was in, which all in all, I was miserable when I look back on it. Yeah, I had some good moments. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as it was for some people. I wasn't struggling with women, or I didn't have any of that issues. But at the end of the day, I can last long term in the situation that I'm currently in. I'm finding ways to generate income, and my happiness level is at a 10 compared to it being like a 4 in my home country. So that's just something to think about as someone that did it, is boots on the ground out here, and, really talked himself out of it many, many, many times, and didn't go when he said he was gonna. I renewed my passport, and then I slept on it for like 7 months or 9 months or whatever it was, and didn't do what I should have done and got out here sooner. But you know what? Better late than never. And for some people, they would say 20 years early. So at the end of the day, it just is what it is. You got to do what works for you, and do it when you're prepared financially, do it when you're ready. But at the same time, life is short. Tomorrow is not promised. The sniffles taught us that. And I really, really cannot stress to you enough how much this got me out of my funk of my Groundhog Day, boring, American life, where even if you make 6 figures in America, you still can't really do much anymore. If you live in a Los Angeles or a Las Vegas or in New York or a Miami, you're still like lower middle class. You're at 100,000.
Exactly, McCoy. Asia is easier because more English is spoken. However, if you invest the time to learn Spanish or Portuguese, you can be an absolute giga Chad in Latin America. Preach. That's the truth. Women love effort.
Right now, you come out here, you're an absolute...
Locals love effort in general. You get a lot of respect if you can start speaking their language to them, even if it's broken, even if you can't pronounce shit. The fact that you try makes them happy. And you, dude, it opens so many doors. The moment they see you, they'll start inviting you play. They'll invite you over to a family dinner. It's very weird for Americans. They don't expect this shit. But if you try really hard to blend into the language and the culture, you start getting invited. Everybody wants to be your friend. Don't go in there with an attitude. Be humble. Don't act like you own the place because you got money. They respect it when you try to learn their way of life, and you will get rewarded for it tenfold.
Rock star. If you got $3,000 a month out here, you're living like a god. I made my budget videos. You can go back and look at those. But
you see that? If you got $3,000 a month out there, you're living like a god. You see what I mean? That may be barely covering rent in a big city. New York, San Francisco, all that. Good luck.
Yeah, I just really wanted to say, goodbye, America. Hello, Philippines. And it can be anywhere for you. It can be anywhere in Southeast Asia. It can be anywhere that's a cheaper environment with beautiful women and beautiful beaches, if that's your thing. If you're a woman, come out here too. This is an amazing place for a woman. You're very safe in a BGC, in a Boracay, in a many, many places all over the globe. Many women love to go to Bali and this and that. It's time to travel and enjoy yourself. Yeah, you might not move like us men do. And, it's not the same draw for the women to us that it is for the women to find the men out here. But you know what? I've seen it. And there is women that I see with Filipino guys and stuff. So at the end of the day, just do what makes you happy. And don't just spend your whole life locked up in your condo watching YouTube videos. Get out there and actually experience it.
Ooh-wee.
Iceland is one of the...
Bro, get out of here with Iceland. Take me back. Let's see his channel. I want to see more. What's the popular videos he has? Let's see. So that was his Goodbye America speech. And then this is why he left. Whoa. Passport bros. Let's take a look at that. Because I know the boys in the chat want to see what he's talking about. We're getting thumbnail baited. Right, that's fine.
So good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Oh my God, your mic, bro.
Super dead today. Break right now. It should be a big turnout, but it's not. So I'm just going to show you the little bit of people that are here. And
let's get through the
of the Philippines. But yeah, so it's a way better deal to rent. to sell you those overpriced condos that rent for $400 a month. Do
Thumbnail
like
got
I
us.
do.
We
You
gotta
can live in
go.
both of the best areas of the Philippines for 800 American dollars, and just find a way to make 800 American dollars a month, or just
800 a
do
month.
something as a digital nomad or something. But do not buy not any of these mega world properties or any of this other nonsense. If you hook up with a Filipino and you can get a good deal on some land or a house or something, sure, do that. But do not buy any of these sucker foreigner priced 10 million peso 35 square foot condos, square meter condos. I'll just tell you the brutally honest truth. It's for the money. United States, you can make a lot of money if you can live very low and save. The cost of living is high, but you could maybe room with 5 other people, or just save and live the cheapest you possibly can, and try to save even like 20,000 a year for 5 years. You would be sitting at 100K. Destinations, or the two money destinations. So there is never a reason to purchase when you can get those type of prices. It's just the dumbest thing in the world to do that. You gotta rent, because it's just so much better of a deal to rent. I'm getting wet, but yeah, so it's a way better deal to rent.
You're getting more than wet, homie. Boracay super baddies plus ladyboy from Thailand interview. Okay, it was an interesting chat. Okay, so why did he leave? Back to the real shit.
Okay, good afternoon from Boracay Island. I believe it might be the 13th. Losing track of time on island time out here. So today I want to talk about why I left the West, America to be specific, 20 years before proper retirement at what's considered a young age to, I guess, retire. But I mean, I guess I'm semi-retired because I'm doing things to generate income and have tons of energy and stuff. But I decided to leave the United States permanently. A lot of people travel, they become, travelers, and they, hop around the globe if they're financially free, and they, do this and that. But usually people don't make a permanent move to a Southeast Asia, or anywhere for that matter, in what my father described as your prime earning years. For me, I think I just really had enough of the United States and the politics and the masculinity, and the masculinity from women, obviously, the pricing, the inflation just kept going up and up and up. And I really just wasn't interested any longer in existing in that environment. And I had the money to make the change and was confident in my ability to generate income overseas. So I decided to do a little trial trip. I've stated many times that I had initially been thinking Thailand. I had been with a Thai woman for many years, and I had always thought that that would be an interesting thing. And she had actually encouraged that and said that, I guess if in the event that we ever split, that I would love Thailand and Thailand would love me. But I started investigating the Philippines, and I liked what I was seeing. And there is really no way to know anything for sure until you go somewhere. You can't really just watch YouTube videos or do online searches or talk to buddies that have been there for a week. You actually have to go somewhere and get your boots on the ground, as they would say, and see if it's right for you. So that's exactly what I did. I flew into Mactan, Newtown.
Bo, you should go. The channel will support you. Yeah, dude, I have plans to start doing kind of stuff like this, showing you guys around the world. It's coming in due time, dude. Don't worry. The channel's going to open up a lot of eyeballs to the rest of the world.
And I got there in the middle of the night, I remember, and it was quite the scene. I was exhausted. I had been up for 30 hours. I got into the Grab, as I knew better than to take a taxi, of course, and there was dogs running in the street. There was scooters with no lights on, riding with 3 people on them. There was, chicken, you name it, it was happening. And it was a party night, as they say in the Philippines. It was probably 3 a.m. or something, I don't even know. But anyways, I got there, and I had plans to meet a girl in Lapu-Lapu And I decided against that. I had almost booked 30 days there, and there was all these plans between us and stuff. And I thought, you know what? This girl's clinging a little too strong and saying I love you and stuff when she's never even physically met me, and a little bit too into this. And in any situation, whether you meet someone or not, when someone starts saying I love you or gets a little bit too close, my initial reaction, regardless of age or beauty, is to back off. It's just how I've always been for the last 30 years of dating, or whatever you want to call it, and that's just my thing. So that's exactly what I did, and I realized that Moncton Newtown was definitely not for me. After 3 days, I was like, this is a great place if you were 20 years older than me, with the exception of going into Cebu City Central or perhaps doing some travel around Cebu. I know Cebu is beautiful, but Moncton Newtown was definitely not my vibe at all. So I went to Cebu City Central, and that was a little bit better. That was acceptable, but you know, they had better food, and you know, there's a lot more attention from women because there was just more women. I mean, Moncton Newtown is basically a nothing to me. And yeah, it was great, but it was like, it's got to be more to this. At that point, I was willing to just go back home. Then I went to Makati. I flew to Manila because I go, let me see the big city. So I went to Makati, and I was impressed. The tall buildings, had a room on a high floor, definitely was a step up even from Cebu. And I stayed at a place called Air Residences, which is not exactly the nicest place in Makati, but it was like a newer building. It's like 70 stories, but it's not.
Give me the meat.
I went to BGC for 3 days. I was super thrilled, and I just, you know, liked it. And, you know, the dating options, you can't work in Manila. And at the end of the day, I'm a beach person. So it wasn't until I came to Boracay on a one-way ticket on basically February 1st and fell in love with Boracay and obtained a residence here as well and paid for it for a year up front, because that was the only time I could find a deal that was under 65 or 55,000, until I realized though that, oh, I'm going to stay here permanently. I am not going back at all ever. Like, this is it for me. This is my place, and I am definitely ready to go clean out my storage unit and sell my vehicle and do all that good stuff, because now I've found home. I apologize for the wind, guys, but yeah. So at the end of the day, Boracay was really my deciding factor for the permanent thing. But I knew that I wasn't going to live in America, from pricing to women to not having beautiful white sand beaches like this. I knew that America was not going to be it for me. My money didn't add up out there. I didn't want to just work till I was dead. I didn't want to work until what's called proper retirement age. I didn't want to do any of that nonsense. A lot of people think you just get married and stay with, you know, get married when you're young and be with the same person for 40 years and then you get to enjoy 7 years at the end. Well, I reject that. That's old hat. As far as I'm concerned, more and more people are retiring in their 30s or 40s, or semi-retiring, or being digital nomads. And you do not need to stick with that little thought that America came up with 100 years ago. You definitely can do whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever your money permits you to do. And you definitely should think for yourself and not worry about what your mom and dad think about you traveling to anywhere, whether you go to Brazil, Colombia, any type of cheaper climate, or somewhere where you're treated better. Go where you're treated better. You're treated well in the Philippines. You're treated well probably in Thailand. You're treated well in Colombia and Brazil. Your value skyrockets when you get there. And there's really just too much upside to go back to being a resident. But I'm a beach person. I was born on the beach. And I would prefer to die on the beach. And at the end of the day, you can't work anyways in the Philippines. So you may as well be on a white sand beach with blue water, unless you have a wife and you guys are running some businesses in Manila with that terrible air quality. There's really no upside. Also, I experienced 45 years of quick customer service, Amazon packages at your door in 12 hours and all that stuff. I don't really care about that. I'd rather breathe this clean air that I'm breathing right now and be walking the most beautiful beach in the world. Station 1, White Beach, Boracay proper. This is it. This is the top of the top. And I live here for what it would cost me to get a nice hotel for one night in the United States. A decent hotel. I've stayed in hotels much more expensive than this for one night. So I scored the deal.
Whoa. What? Say that part again.
Proper. This is it. This is the top of the top. And I live here for what it would cost me to get a nice hotel for one night in the United States. A decent hotel. I've
He lives there for the cost of one decent hotel in the U.S.
stayed in hotels much more expensive than this for one night. So I scored the deal out here, and Boracay was the deciding factor for my permanent residency in the Philippines. I love BGC. I still maintain my residence there. I love going back there. It's very convenient, and it's an amazing higher level building than where I live out here. But this really let me know that, oh, this is home. You're home, and you do not need to return to live ever in the United States.
Yeah, the other guy was paying $280 a month for his condo. Yeah, this guy has 2 places, by the way. 2 places he's affording.
And really, the deciding factors were just being sick of all the drama, the family drama, the politics, masculine women, the pricing, just everything just 10xing, and rent and food and everything, just watching it slowly creep up, and just realizing you're going to have to work yourself to death to keep up with this nonsense and keep repairing your Mercedes and keep doing all of this and that, when you could just check out with what you got now and you would be good. You could just check out and just go and just be smart and don't take on any dependents that bring 0.0 to the table, and essentially make them your child or put their family on the payroll or whatever. Don't do any of that. Your value is still extremely high without your bank account. So just go ahead and go to Southeast Asia and enjoy your life. If a woman comes to the table with, bringing some money, or she, I can teach her to make money, or, help her to become financially independent, or, I don't mind helping somewhat or letting a girl live with me and stuff. But, the reality is a lot of times when you take these girls on in these countries, you are paying for 1,000% of everything. So I'm not financially equipped to do that. And even if I was, I probably wouldn't do that because of my age and my status in the United States, and just the fact that I'm a high-level guy outside of my money, just to be brutally blunt here. So that's just my my reality here after being in Boracay for 6 weeks, and that's
Reach it.
the bottom line. Is that
Look at this place.
you don't have to stay in the West. You don't have to retire at 65. You don't have to get married. You don't have to have children. That's all old hat. You can do whatever it is that your little heart desires, as long as you're not hurting anyone. And you need to explore multiple cities when you get to the Philippines. Decide if you're a beach guy or a city guy. And, don't let a woman dictate your location and get met at the airport and all that stuff, unless you're extremely lonely or you just don't feel like you have it in you to, mix it up on these beautiful white shores and compete at a high level, because this is paradise, even down to the raised standards here in Boracay Island. I can tell you this is an absolute paradise.
Damn.
Second to none. And the pricing and the way that you are treated is an absolute godsend, and you really, really have to see this to believe it. So definitely get out here, and definitely you will see that everything that I speak is facts. And like, comment, subscribe, share the video.
So that's this guy's channel, Jasper in the Philippines, for those asking. Very interesting. I'm going to track his progress. Dude, he has multiple places. He has 2 spots. Dude retired at 45, went there once and said, I'm out. I'm done. There's no point. Everything we talk about, he was living and experiencing it, and he made the decision to leave. The question is, when are you guys going to make the same decision? Think about it. Someone said earlier in the chat, I read that, you had $50,000 saved up. This man said you could go to the Philippines for a month on 3 Gs. What are you doing?